Women, how are you? I feel like it's been a while since I've been live, and it is because I've been taking some time to care for myself and to do some work, and I'm working with some really amazing women who are in my one-to-one program, and I'm working on giving them a lot of attention. And right now, as I speak to you, I am putting out the intention that women will be called to this group who are ready for self-care, ready to step into making changes in their daily life that will improve their quality of life, that will improve their health, and who are ready to make the investment in their health and in their happiness, and who are ready to be guided. And so this is my intention for all of you women out there who are ready to make some big changes. And an interesting quote that I pulled out of Maya Tiwari, or her name is Swamini Maya Titananda now. She says, let me see, I'm still inviting you on. Come and talk about prasad if you don't already know what it is. And so Swamini Maya Titananda has an amazing quote that I just stumbled upon in the book Women's Power to Heal. This is my Shakti Bible, and it says, she says, a leap of faith must happen if we are to reorient and instigate quantum change in our everyday routine habits. I mean, this is so powerful because it's beyond true. I mean, a leap of faith must happen. We must, take a chance. We must invest. We must get over the fear, and it's going to take change. It's going to take surrendering. It's going to take letting go of what we know and stepping into the unknown. And this is definitely scary. And for you mothers who have given birth before, like the first time you're going to do it, how scary it is. And stepping into the unknown, anything that you've done for the first time, a new job, whatever it is, learning a new skill, taking a class, reaching out to a spiritual lifestyle coach is scary, because you know that there's going to be change, and you know how much effort it's going to take on your part but there's a piece of you inside that knows the benefits that can happen. And it's scary, turning your daily life upside down, but it can be for the better, and sometimes it's better than what you're going through at the moment. So whatever you're struggling with at the moment, and you're thinking, man, I could really use some change, but I'm scared. I mean, taking that leap could mean some major changes for you. She says quantum changes, referring to physics. I mean, I'm not a scientist, I'm not a super intellect, but a body in motion stays in motion, and a body at rest stays at rest. So when we talk about Vata, we talk about movement, and Vata people love to stay in motion. They love to be airy and light and moving, and they're going to keep doing those things that keep them in motion because it feels good for them. Kapha people, they love to stay at rest. And they want to hang out, they want to chill, they want to stay where they're comfortable, they want to lay on the couch, Netflix and chill, and they'll do anything to keep them there. And so how do we balance Kapha? We get them moving. How do we balance Vata? We slow them down. And Pitta's kind of in the middle. So Pitta people also tend to get really hyper focused, workaholic. They're do go, and they're all about overachieving and perfectionist. So Pitta needs to chill and bring it down a notch, and practice some moderation. So taking breaks during work periods, making sure that they're going to the bathroom, because I do that. I get so involved in my work sometimes, and I think to myself, oh, I really have to go pee. Oh, this is such an inconvenience right now. And then you go back to your work and you forget that you have to go to the bathroom because you're so absorbed up here. Okay, that's intense Pitta. And so we need to take a break, go to the bathroom, drink some water, move the body a little bit maybe, and then you can get back to work. So I'm talking a little bit about daily routine and making changes in the daily routine and how scary that can be. And right now we are in our Align to the New Moon self-care immersion over in the secret group. And tonight I talked a little bit about a meditation that the women will be doing. I want to just share a little bit with you and kind of keep you guys on board with me. And so prasad is one of those things. And so if you have an altar in your house, or if you've been to an ashram, you've been to a temple, or even a church, they have them, they have a space where they have their statues and they have their visuals, and every temple has this. And I've created one in my home to constantly remind me of God and of the goddess and of spirit, and remind me of my higher self and the visions that, of who I want to be, who I want to create every day. And so if you're here, you can say hey. That would be awesome, or send me some hearts. I can't see who's on, and I would love to say hello to you. So let's talk about prasad. And when we talk about the temple, going into temple, my experience is in the Hindu tradition. And so I refer to temple, I refer to the satsang. And satsang is like mass, so mass in church, right? And so we go to the satsang, which is just a gathering of like-minded beings, and we go in and we meditate and chant, and we listen to a wise teacher speak, and then we have ritual and prayer, and then at the end of every satsang there is prasad. And as a yogi, especially living in ashram, there is a sense of austerity, and so you're not eating sweets a lot, you're very disciplined, and definitely not overeating so much or indulging in sweets. And so this prasad is a beautiful way to start and end the day, as we do start and end the day both with satsang. And so let's talk about prasad. Prasad means, hey Michelle, love it. So prasad means blessed food or grace, God's grace. And so this blessed food is distributed after each satsang or mass, right? And no spiritual event is considered to be complete unless physical food is offered and consumed. So the concept of prasad is like taking communion, right? You're taking in the body of Christ. This same concept is happening in temple with prasad. So the food is the carrier of love. It is first offered to God, and then it is blessed by God, and it is a symbolic gesture to be consumed by the participants. In yoga, we believe that God is omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent, and God resides in all of us. All of us are spirit. And so when we first offer it to God, and then we offer it to ourselves, the God inside of ourselves, and the vehicle which was created by God in order to carry God through this amazing experience called life. And so whatever word you decide to, you can replace when I use God. It's just something I'm comfortable with. I could use a million words for it, and it all means the same to me. So whatever word you choose to use, please insert that word instead of God wherever I'm using it. It's just something that rolls off my tongue. And so, yes, we eat the prasad, we eat the delicious sweet food. And so prasad is food that is being prepared with love by a person who is a karma yogi or someone who is doing selfless service. So it is prepared fresh, no more than 2 or 3 hours before serving, and using the best ingredients. Of course, we would serve nothing less than the best to God, of course. And it is kept covered, so this is the ritual. It's kept covered during the ceremony, and it is never tasted before offering. So anyone making the prasad, maybe licking their fingers and tasting it, is like, no, 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 no. It needs to be completely clean area, made using specific, utensils and also plates. And of course, we're not tasting it as we go along because it is meant for God to taste first. And so, even though we are God, it's the act. It's the act of putting God before yourself, putting someone else before yourself. It's like this selfless emotion, selfless feeling. And so even a person who is fasting should take a small piece, and it means that God's grace should never be refused. So although you may be fasting, it's not actually meant to be seen as food. It is meant to be seen as God's grace. So it's this symbolic gesture of taking in God's grace through our body. So it's beautiful, and it shouldn't be refused. We also always take it with our right hand. In the Hindu tradition, we take with the right hand and we eat it that way. So prasad may be any type of dish. You can create anything in a form of selfless service and love to God. So ideally, we are eating prasad all day long. Something that we've cooked in our kitchen with love, in a clean space, with good vibes, and then we are serving it to our family, and we are eating it, and we are taking in all this amazing energy that we've created in the food. And so everything can be prasad. Although typically it is sweet, especially in the temple after the satsang, it's usually fruits or things with nuts, or chocolate, or dates are really beautiful, and also coconut. So we tend to use sattvic foods, most fruits are sattvic, especially mango, coconut. I believe dates are as well. Pears are also sattvic. Sattvic means pure, light energy, spiritual energy of the highest vibration. And so we want to eat the foods that have that highest vibration, that are carrying that pure energy with them. And so, what else? So typically it's any kind of dessert that is created. And right now I am referencing my cookbook from Shivananda Ashram, and they have published a cookbook years back. I've had it a long time. It's called the Yoga Cookbook. I know this is backwards for you. It's a vegetarian food for body and mind, and it gives you some background of yogic eating, of sattva, rajas, and tamas, the three gunas, and the foods in which have those energetics. And we want to stay focused and eat more sattvic foods. And so it would be interesting if I could provide for you a list of sattvic foods, which I know I have, but I will have to locate it, and then I could post below and give you guys a list of more sattvic foods if you're interested, or you can message me and I'd be happy to send you that list. So why don't you do that? If you're interested in hearing about more sattvic foods, this light, spiritual, pure energy that is found in these foods, I would happily send you a list of sattvic foods. And so at the ashram, Shivananda Ashram, we are lacto-vegetarian, and so we eat milk and dairy products, but not eggs. And so we use ghee, we use milk, yogurt, fresh yogurt. Oh, they make delicious fresh yogurt. And that's what I've been wanting to start making part of my routine, is making fresh yogurt, because the quality of the fresh yogurt is so different from the store-bought yogurt. So store-bought yogurt is very sour. It has a sour taste, and it goes through the system as sour and pitta-provoking. But the fresh yogurt is sweet. It's more easily digested, and it is lighter for the system. It is much more sattvic. And so I've been making yogurt a part of my routine, Greek yogurt, but it is store-bought, and so I would like to make that shift into making my own yogurt at home. And it sounds nuts, but it's actually quite easy. And so I'm gonna test it out. And if you're interested in hearing more about that, yeah, so Michelle says I'd be interested in the fresh yogurt. Yes, I will share that. I'm gonna, you know what, that's gonna be something I'm gonna probably post about. I've posted about making ghee. I've showed you guys how I made the ghee on my Feel Good Ayurveda page. But maybe yogurt is my next endeavor, because it's one of those things that I always want to have in the house. Ghee, I'm back on ghee hardcore right now. And it's one of those things that I'm always going to be making and keeping in the house. And so yogurt might be the next thing. And it's all about self-care. It's all about having those rituals so that we are taking care of ourselves. We know we're putting in the best things in our body, and we feel amazing. These little things make quantum changes in our body, in our routine, in the way we feel, in the way we look, in the way we digest, in the way we interact, in the way that we menstruate, in the way that we have a bowel movement. Everything is impacted by these little small changes in our self-care. And so women, you know I'm here for you, and we can start making those changes together. So yeah, right, this week we are working in the immersion course in our secret group, and it's not too late if you're still interested. We've just gotten started, and so if you're interested, you can message me. It is $149 for the 5 days, and it is jam-packed, women, absolutely jam-packed. And so if you're interested in integrating the practice of prasad, or using prasad, using blessed food as a part of your daily routine, or integrating it into your meditation practice, you can easily start now, putting the intention while you're preparing the food and placing it on your altar, doing your meditation, doing your prayers, and infusing that love into the food, and then consuming that food as it is the body of Christ, or the blessed food with God energy and God love. And so there you go. That's the practice of prasad. And so thank you, women, for checking me out. Please comment below. I love to hear from you. Have you heard of prasad? Have you taken communion? What is your experience with blessed food? Have you tried it? Are you interested in trying it out? I would love to hear about your experience. One other thing that I've used in my practice, because I didn't always want to prepare prasad very early in the morning, is water. And so I use water as a prasad for cleansing and for nourishing and hydrating my body. And I always used it as a way to bless my body and to cleanse any impurities that I didn't want in my body, or that weren't serving me at the time. And so you can also use water that way as well, setting the intention, placing it on the altar, and then taking a drink. And of course, my Mercury jar for Mercury that's in retrograde right now, it is working. I'm feeling very communicative, and things are flowing for me. Mercury isn't paining me too much right now, but if you do have any kind of technology issues and you feel like Mercury is really working against you, message me, let me know. I can get you in touch with an amazing Vedic astrologer, and you can get your Vedic chart read. And that's a whole nother live to be talked about, but I just thought I'd mention it because it is also a part of Ayurveda and the Vedic teachings and Vedic philosophy. So there we go. There's my live for you tonight. I love you. I am sending out the intention for women who are ready for change, ready to invest in themselves, ready to step into the unknown and put aside their fear, creating the life that they want for themselves, creating the happiness and the health. Okay. Be good, do good, feel good with Ayurveda every day. Namaste, mamacitas. Mwah. Much love. Peace.